Do you want to know the number one thing that takes up the most energy from a human being? Do you want to know the number one thing that takes up the most amount of energy, that's going to take the most up out of you as a human? What's the number one thing that takes up the most energy from a human? Some people may think that's running, working out. Some people may think, that's from fighting, or working a job or doing anything, labor like that. Some people may think that takes up the most energy from a human. But you want to know the number one thing that takes up the most energy from a human? That's thinking. Sitting at one place, thinking, using your mind. That takes up the most energy from a human. You're going to utilize the most energy from thinking. I know you've heard of, chess players burning thousands of calories just sitting there thinking. They don't have to, actually get up and move anywhere. Just using your mind. You're going to be using so much energy. You're going to feel, you might feel drained just from sitting there thinking. And let me tell you why the ability to think is going to determine the level of success that you get to. The ability to think is the ability to use your mind and to process ideas and theories and to formulate your own opinions. So as humans, if we don't think, we cannot process new ideas, we cannot create, we cannot evolve in any type of way. Why do you think that higher ups, I'm not going to really talk, I'm not going to say who they are. Why do you think people with more power, they don't want you to think? They want you to be a robot. They want you to not think at all. They want you to sit in front of the TV. They want you to sit in front of social media. They want you to be distracted. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to sit in place and just think about life. Think about everything that's happening. Because if every human every day was thinking all day, just sat there and really thought about life, like, what the fuck is this? Like, why is this happening? Like, why is this happening on this certain day? Like, why this? Like, when you start thinking, you start connecting pieces together. And when you think, you're able to formulate your own thoughts. Most people don't think at all. So, when you talk to a regular person, a person that is a quote unquote bot, they don't have any of their own thoughts. All they know is social media. So when you talk to somebody, it's like talking to a robot, literally. Like in 2024, like the average person speaks social media. So it's hard to, really talk to somebody on different types of frequencies. But when you learn that using your mind and thinking is going to be the reason if you become successful or not, you're going to take it as serious. Because just being able to sit there and formulate your own thoughts, you're going to be ahead of the curve. You're going to be ahead of the curve just being able to think. A lot of people can't even sit in their own. A lot of people can't sit down, no phone, no anything, and just sit down and just think for 20, 30 minutes. Some people literally can't do that. Even if you pay them to do that, some people will struggle with that, bro. And, it's normal nowadays, it's normal, but it really isn't normal. The fact that most people can't think and most people can't sit with their own thoughts, that is a serious problem, because that's where self-hatred comes from. Self-hatred comes from the ability to not being able to utilize your own mind. Because if you had the ability to think, you would use your mind to work for you, not against you at all times. So no matter what happens, you will be able to use your mind so it works for you. Little things like that makes a big difference. But you don't realize this because you're so distracted. You have the blindfold over you. You don't want to look. But it's always right ahead of you. Everything is right in front of you. All the answers you need, it's always been there. It's all in your mind. All in your mind. So, man, I just wanted to get on here and just say, man, use your mind. Your mind is limitless. Your mind is the most powerful thing on here. It's more powerful than your body. Use your mind. Nothing can stop you.